Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's Ben Joya from influencewithaheart.com. I'm super glad you're here. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope your day is off to a great start, or your evening, or wherever you are, because we live in a world of multiple time zones, right? So we are in the past, present, and future all at once. And I'm super glad you're here today. And God, I want to talk to you about them. They had flamethrowers on the cars. I still don't know if that's the case, but they had flamethrowers on the car and be like, Ben, what the hell are you talking about? No joke. So you may or may not know that I lived in South Africa for a couple of months in 2003. And if you remember, apartheid officially wrapped up in 1994, but as we know here in the United States, as they know in South Africa as well, if you institutionally oppress a whole bunch of people and really screw with their lives and then stop doing that, it's going to take a little while at least to heal, right? It's going to take a little while to recover. It's going to take a little while to undo the damage of being a knucklehead, right? Of governments being knuckleheads and trying to make one people better than another. So first of all, nobody's better than everybody else. This is one human family here. This is how we need to live our lives. This is how we're going to survive, as a one human family on this earth, right? So let's get it together right now. But let me get back to my story real quick. They had flamethrowers on the bottom of their cars, right? So when I was visiting South Africa at that point, I knew that there were some places that were really dicey, at least at that time, in certain areas of certain places. So certain parts of Cape Town, certain parts of Johannesburg, right? And there were a lot of carjackings at that point. Like carjackings were rampant. And what one or at least one of the car manufacturers did, if you can believe this, was they actually installed flamethrowers on the bottom of the car underneath the driver's side door. So I think this is freaking crazy. I do not I acknowledge this. I do not condone, recommend, etc. But I want to tell you this story to contextualize my experience having lived in South Africa. So this is the first time I went and visited. Even before I went there, and I was staying at a hostel, a backpackers in Johannesburg, and I heard about a certain neighborhood within Johannesburg that the guidebook said never go there any time of day or night. Never go there. It's too dangerous, right? And then some guys who worked at the hostel, both of whom were black South Africans, right? I forget where, I can't remember which tribes they were both from, but both, living in South Africa, from South Africa. And they said, hey, do you want to go out tonight? And I said, absolutely, let's go out tonight. And then they said, where do you want to go? Or I said, where are we going? And they said, oh, we're going to that neighborhood that the guidebook said never to go to, right? So already I'm like, ah! So we jump in the car and we're rolling through Johannesburg, and it's dark. And, another thing that I had learned in the guidebook was, right, keep the windows up, keep the doors locked, because people might carjack, right? Especially if you're at a stoplight, be careful. So we're rolling through Johannesburg, in the nighttime, windows wide open, doors unlocked, and I'm sitting in the middle of the back seat just going, holy crap, like what have I gotten myself into? But also like trusting that I'm with these guys who know what's up, and trusting that I'm going to be okay. Right? Trust, even though I doubted myself quite a bit. So we roll up to a bar, and we step out of this bar, step out of the car, right in front of this bar, and it looks a little rough around the edges, to say the least. And there's like 20 dudes standing in front of this bar, standing in front of, this, like, big dudes, and they're all looking at me kind of curiously, maybe a little hostilely, I don't know, right? But, it's dark. The only Caucasian guy, I think, for miles, or at least as far as I can see, right? And all these guys are looking at me, and back then, I looked maybe even more unusual, so to speak, right? I had a really long beard. It was dyed yellow. I had a bunch of glow-in-the-dark earrings, like I looked like a total club kid. Also super tall, right? I don't know if you know, I'm 6'3", right? So like big, big dude who doesn't look like anybody comes out, and I'm standing there, and I make eye contact with these 20 guys, and I look at them, and I say to them, I say hello in Zulu, in Zulu language, because I actually had studied a little bit of Zulu before I got there. So I looked at them. I said, "Sani Bonani," and each of them, like, they all looked at me, and the biggest smiles on their face, and they looked at me and they said, "So Bona," right? So the greetings, and I think I'm remembering this all correctly. Like, This is a long time ago, back in the days of drugs and stuff like that, so my memory might be a little fuzzy of that time. But basically, I spoke to people in their language and got a beautiful response. Now, I did not converse in Zulu, like I was not that good in Zulu, right? I knew a couple of words, I could do a couple phrases, but that opening, that key was the beginning of everything, right? And as soon as that happened, like I was welcomed in the door, right? In the door, like in the bar, like people coming up to me, how are you? You know, we're so happy that you're here. Like, we just want peace among all the people. So glad you're in the mix. You know, please tell people that we just want peace, like that kind of stuff. So really, really amazing. So moral to this story, gosh, there are probably many morals to this story. One of it is, you know, pay attention and trust your intuition. Don't believe your thoughts, right? I'm not saying don't use your mind, but don't believe your thoughts, because sometimes your mind will trick you. And ultimately, speak to people in their language. Use their words. Talk to them about the stuff that is most relevant to them in their words, because that's how you're going to make an impact. That's how you're going to make a human connection. That's how you're going to write a great book. Ding, 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 right? So if you are in the process of writing your book, if you're in the process of finishing your book, make sure you're speaking to people in their language, because that's what is going to make that book be relevant, be impactful for those people. And if I can assist you in that, if you want to come check some stuff out with me this weekend, August 19th, 20th, and 21st, so really the 20th and 21st, is Publish, Position, and Profit Master Plan. Go to publishpositionandprofit.com. Once again, publishpositionandprofit.com. No matter where you are with the book, idea, manuscript, anywhere in between, you will be in the right place. You'll have a custom roadmap. There's a special guest speaker. We have a special publisher who has published more than 10,000 books, so he knows what's up. And we will debunk all the things that might keep you from writing a great book, bringing a great book to the world, and we will empower you not only with a custom publishing roadmap, so you know what to do and when and how for your book, right, but also to help you avoid all the sleazy publishers, the sleazy book coaches out there who say, yeah, if you just do this little thing, get your book published, it's going to make everything happen in your business. No, that is absolutely not true, right? Yes, it's great to get your book done, but you have to do it comprehensively as part of a strategy, as part of a plan for your business, right? You want to make an impact with your message, do it strategically, use your book as a way to leverage connection, to create relationships, to start the conversation even before the book is published, right? If you know me, I got a Fortune 100 gig before my book was published. I got to speak at Stanford, right? Because of the idea of showing up with books, right? And because my content was aligned with what people want. So I'm going to talk about all of that and so much more, and we have this great publisher, and this is not an event this weekend. This is a deep dive. 20 seats maximum. I think we have 14 filled already, so 6 spots left only. 6 spots left. So come hang out at Publish, Position, and Profit Master Plan with me. Get the VIP ticket. I mean, either one, it's the best investment ever, but get the VIP ticket for all the bonuses, for time with me, for the recordings, and so you can bring your amazing book to the world, because people need your message right now more than ever, right? Leadership comes down to you and me, right? Like, yes, there's leaders in government. Yes, there are leaders in organizations, right? But it comes down to you and me. Let's be leaders. Let's be leaders for the people that we can serve in the best possible way. And that's how we change the world for the better, for all of us, for this one human family. So I say to you in Zulu, I'm not even sure if I can remember how to say goodbye, so I'll say hello again. Sawubona, sanibonani. And it's been an honor and a pleasure to be here. Go to publishpositionandprofit.com, publishpositionandprofit.com, and I will see you again soon. Hopefully there this weekend. Friday is pre-event gathering, so if you can't make it on Friday, no worries. Come on the weekend. They're short days, absolutely brilliant. It will blow your mind, and it's a lot of fun. And we get to hang out, and I get to hang out with you. So I will talk to you soon. Ben Joya, influencewiththeheart.com. Cheers.